everyone. Happy New Year! I know it's February already, but this is our first episode of the year. So this is me officially welcoming you to the year 2026. So you're probably seeing this episode in February, but recorded in January. And usually I like to start my January very slowly. I don't know if very slowly is the right word to use, but I don't like to rush into the year. You know how people rush into the year and say, "Oh, this new year we go after this year. I'm going to eat the gym this year. I'm cutting people off this year. New year, new me. Vision board this, vision board that." I'm not saying those things are bad, but that's usually not how I like to start my year. I mean, I make plans. I have things I want to do, but I don't like to put that pressure of the new year on myself. So I like to ease into the year, spend time with God, maybe do like a rough sketch or plans of what I want to do in the year. But I don't put pressure on myself. And that is what has led to this episode. Today I'm just going to be sharing a few things that have been in my head. So I have some questions in this jar. I'm going to be reading the questions out loud and answering the questions. And then hopefully those questions will lead to me talking about some of the things I've been thinking about for this year. So let's get into it. What does faith look like for me when I'm tired? This question is actually very timely because right now I'm tired. I know I said that I like to start the year with ease, but I kind of like feel tired. I mean, so what does faith look like for when I'm tired? So faith for me when I'm tired is getting up and doing something. Really taking those steps that God has said I should take, even when I don't feel like taking it. That's literally faith for me when I'm tired. A good scenario would be this episode I'm filming. I did not think that I would film this podcast this year because I'm like, where's money going to come from? I have things I want to do in my personal life. I'm not even making like a lot of money yet. So, and it's still early in the year. Like I need to make money, and I'm just tired. Like I don't know. I don't know. I was just like I don't know what to do. But faith for me was saying that okay, God has said that. Let me go ahead and do this thing. So faith was me calling, reaching out to Precious and saying, Precious, please, I want to record the podcast this year. Faith was me going on our Gen Z Christian Pod group chat and telling everybody on the group chat that guys, we are recording. Even though I didn't know what I was when I was sending those messages. So that's faith for me, faith for standing up and taking those steps even when I did not feel like taking it. So yeah, let me drop this here. Um, what am I giving myself permission to do less of this year? Hey God. Hey, I'm giving myself permission to reduce the movies and the series I watched this year. This is not even a good confession, but I watch a lot of movies and series. Like, oh my God. Like, I can have a 6 a.m. call time. Believe me, I'm going to watch movies till 3 a.m. and sleep for like 1 hour or 2 hours. Very bad habit. So I want to do less of that this time. So it's not something serious, but yeah. What kind of conversations do I want this podcast to be known for? Mm, okay. So I know that we say that the podcast industry is saturated. We hear that a lot. That kind of held me back from starting this podcast because I was like, why am I going into an industry that everybody's going to? And to be very honest, podcast does not really have a good rep and a good publicity in Nigeria. And so I was like, why do I want to now join the bandwagon and join the stuff? But they are good podcasts and I've listened to them. And when God instructed me to do this podcast, some of the things he told me made a lot of sense to me. So I guess I'll say that I want this podcast to be known for being a life transforming one. I want it to be a space that Gen Zs and even young people generally in their 20s can lean into. I want someone to listen or watch an episode and say, because of this particular episode that I watched, because of this conversation that I listened to, I had clarity. I was confused. I had clarity. I knew what to do. I knew what steps to take. Because of this podcast, I began to understand my identity in Christ. I began to understand my purpose in God. I began to know more about myself. My confidence increased. So I wanted to be impactful. I want it to be life transforming. I want it to be inspiring. I just want it to be awesome in general. So yeah, these are the kind of conversations that I want the podcast to be known for. What is the most unserious thing I stressed about last year? I think I've said this one. I said it. The most unserious thing I stressed about last year was the fact that I was watching too much movies and too much and too much series. Very unserious thing. So I was feeling bad that I was watching, like I was really stressed. I was watching too much movies. Like I was actually there. I'm like, why are you watching too much movies? But I was still watching the movie and the series, and it stressed. I mean, it wasn't like I did for a long time. It was just for like a period of time. I did for like 3 months straight. I was just watching movie back to back last year, and I was just like, tell me this thing I do is not. And I was really stressing me out, but I kept doing it. So very unserious too. What does trusting God actually mean to me right now? I think I've answered this when I talk about the faith one. Trusting God right now is me doing the things that God has said I should do. Trusting God is me not knowing how the rest of the year will pan out. And yes, still believing that God has told me to do some things and those things I will get the result. Trusting God is me starting the year without a job. And believing that I will not go broke and that I will be fine, you know yeah, so trusting God is trusting God. Trusting God is just completely depending on God. Just second plan, just acting on the steps that God has instructed me to act on. Hey, wait, have I ever been disappointed in God? If people want that to come and strike me. Who wrote this question? I wrote these questions. I mean, I copied it from somewhere, but I wasn't really paying attention. Have I ever been disappointed in God? No, 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 full stop. Do I struggle more with doubt or with control? Hmm. So I think both. So with doubt is saying that will this thing work out? Doubt is doubt really. Doubt is wondering, is this real? Can this work out? Um being in not being in control is saying that I wish there's something I could do about this thing. Why don't I know what's going to happen next? So so if I say which, so I struggle with both, but which do I struggle more? I think it would be being in control because I like to be in control. I'm a planner. I like to plan my life out. As I don't really have like, as I'm not sure of what I'm doing for the rest of this year. It's not. I'm not really okay like that because I usually like to know that at least I'm doing this. But so I think I struggle more with not being in control. But what I've realized is that if you are working with God, you have to let go of your control. Do you want to steer the wheel of your life or do you want God to steer the wheel of your life? It's left for you to decide. So literally I just decided to just give the will to Jesus Christ. You go, I follow. And it's hard to be very honest. So that's why I said it's one of the I struggle with it more because yeah. You're almost done. Oh. Okay now. What lie am I unlearning about myself? What lie am I unlearning about myself? I don't know. I mean, I have voices in my head that tells me things. So maybe that I don't know that I'm not good enough. But do I ever think that have I ever thought that I'm not good enough? I don't think so. I think I've always been very confident. But sometimes I still kind of like doubt myself and still wonder if I decide okay, yes. I think maybe sometimes when good things happen to me, I question if I deserve those good things. So now I'm learning that I'm learning that good things I deserve good things. Good things should come to me. I want good things. I am worthy. Yes, I'm worthy of good things. I'm deserving of good things. So I don't question when good things happen to me. They should happen to me. Good things should actually happen to me. That should be my reality. So maybe I'm unlearning that thought and idea of why are good things happening to me? Like yeah. How come this came 3 times? What kind of conversations do I want this podcast to be known for? Hey, it's like maybe I have to stress this one and talk about it again. I've said this now. I said I want. Why is the question appearing 3 times? This is fine. I don't know. But anyway, I don't think there's anything for me to say about that again. I've already said something. I want people to listen to the podcast. I want it to be part of a daily routine. I want the podcast to be something you watch when watch or when something you listen to on your phone, while doing the dishes at home, while cleaning the house. I want the conversations to be enriching. I want the guests to I want the guests. I don't want to say I want quality because my guests are quality guests, but I want the guests to be able to share stuff that they will not share with other people. I want them to feel a sense of when they come on this couch. I want them to feel a sense of yes, this is safe for me to say here. So I guess that is it. So yeah. So these are the questions, guys. These are the questions. Thank you for watching this episode with me. This year is going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year. The 90% pod is yet stay. So trust us this year. Quality conversations. There's one thing I'm going to promise you this year is that quality conversations you get on this podcast. And I don't want to say I want it to be like me, but I want to say that ease into the year. Don't pressure yourself. Don't feel the need to perform for people because everybody is going to the gym. I mean, it's good to exercise, but you get what I'm saying because everybody is saying, yes, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing. Don't feel like you are left out. As long as you know that you are aligned with God, you are going as God has led you, you'll be fine. So, yeah, see you on our next episode.